Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. It's time for the December 12th reveal of Spellbinders 2024 Crafty Advent Calendar. If you have the Advent calendar and haven't looked at today's item, you may want to pause the video. I'm about to reveal it. And if the Advent calendar is still available, I will have links in the description box below. So let's find window number 12. It's on the right side. I'll open up this front flap and there's a picture of a glass of lemonade. I'll remove the paper seal and it looks like we have another die set. I'll open up the bag, pull out all the die pieces so you can see what's included. There's a die for the glass, so this is the largest piece. Then there's another die for the liquid inside the glass. There's a die for the rim, the top of the glass, the straw, and also 2 dies for the lemon, although you could make it grapefruit or a lime as well. The pattern paper I'll be using for this card is from Sunny Studio. It's their Summer Splash collection. Thought this would be perfect to go with a glass of lemonade. And I've had a lot of people asking about the folder where I'm storing my paper scraps. This is a Scrapmaster. It's the 6x6 size. And I do have a link in the description box. I am using a card sketch for inspiration. This is from OWH. It's number 234. I selected 4 pattern papers. 2 are a tone-on-tone design and the other have a white background with some really bright, vivid colors. For the very background of my card, selected the design with the cut citrus fruit. I'll layer it on some bright pink cardstock. For the wide strip in the background, using the white with bright color stripes, and I'll layer that on the same bright pink cardstock. This sketch can be a little intimidating with all the different layers. There's a lot going on. But if you select a paper pad where most of the designs coordinate together, it's a little easier to use a design like this. It also helps to have those wider layers for the cardstock pieces. I'll put adhesive on the back and layer the background piece on some white shimmer cardstock. Then I'll flip this over, put more ATG tape on the back, and add my card front onto a card base. This is an American Standard A2 size card, 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. For the large banner on the left side, using the green tone-on-tone leaf paper, and I did layer it on some green cardstock, almost the same color as the green pattern paper, but I think it adds that little extra detail with the layer. Before adhering that piece down, I'll put some scrap cardstock pieces above and below where it goes over the stripe panel. I also want to add the circle underneath the green banner, so I'll wait before putting glue on the back. For the circle, I'm using some of the pink tone-on-tone pattern paper, and I cut it out using a stitch circle die. I cut off the left side of the circle since it will be underneath the green banner. Don't need those extra layers. I'll put glue on the back, adhere the circle in place, and at the very bottom where it goes off of the stripe paper, I am adding a scrap piece of cardstock. Now I'll put barely art glue on the back of the green leaf banner and adhere it on the left side of the card. For the image box, I cut out some white cardstock using a stitch square die. And for the matted layer, I used the next size up so they both have that fun faux stitch detail. The stitch square dies are from Love from Lizzie. I'll glue the 2 squares together, and I decided I would pop it up using some foam dimension. This is the 1/4 inch foam from scrapbook.com in the 1mm thickness. I'll remove the release paper and adhere this square on the left side of the card. This card has so many layers, and adding that extra layer of foam, I would need to pay extra postage to mail it. So now it's time to assemble the glass of lemonade. There really aren't that many dies, so it's very easy to assemble. I use light blue cardstock for the glass and also the rim, yellow cardstock for the lemonade. For the straw, I cut this out from the green leaf tone-on-tone pattern paper. And I tuck the straw between that rim. That way it looks like it's actually inside the glass. For the lemon, I use 2 different shades of yellow cardstock. The background piece is just slightly darker than that front piece. I'll glue the 2 together. Then I'll put glue on the back and adhere the lemon on the left side of the glass. And it looks like it's wedged on the edge of the glass. So there is the glass of lemonade all finished. Really cute design. I'll flip it over and put a small scrap piece of cardstock just behind the lemon. That way when I glue it on the front of the card, it stays at the same level. For a sentiment, I thought about adding the word hello. And the sentiment die is from a previous advent calendar day. I'll put glue on the back of the glass, adhere it in the center of the square. And I moved that sentiment around, trying to figure out if there was an area where I liked it. It didn't stand out enough, so I decided I would go another route. Earlier this year, I used a Spellbinder hot foil plate that has a bunch of different sentiments and then one die, and it'll cut out all those sentiments at the same time. So I spent some time hot foiling sentiments. So I have a variety with different colored cardstock, different foils. And I have all of those stored in Spellbinder's craft stack tray. I love that it has a lid. It's perfect for keeping pre-cut sentiments. I selected Have a Sweet Day. I think that works really well with the glass of lemonade. I'll adhere the sentiment on the right side of the card. The very left side of the banner will sit on the image box, but the rest will go off, so I will need to add some foam dimension. I'm using the small rounds from scrapbook.com. This is the 2mm thickness. On the area that sits on the image panel, I'll put a little bit of Barely Art glue. For a final finishing touch, I'm using a clear glitter brush marker from scrapbook.com and adding some sparkle on the lemon and also the lemonade inside the glass. So there is my finished card. I love how this turned out. The colors are so fun and vibrant. Perfect for brightening up a wintry day. My daughter is still playing along with me. Her colors are very different from what I used on my card. She went with some more neutral colors. For her glass of lemonade, she used vellum. And she also used vellum for the lemonade inside the glass and then colored it using a yellow marker. And she's been having so much fun adding the wax seals. She pulled out another one that matches the pattern paper and has the sentiment hello. If you are interested in the products I use for my card, I will have links in the description box below if they are still available. And be sure to come back tomorrow for the December 13th reveal and a card. And there'll be 2 cards since my daughter made one as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.